and RadioStyle. Hope everybody out there's doing fantastic. Doing all right myself, I think. It's Goo Goo Dolls doing Come to Me. There you go. Yeah, great song. Actually, kind of, I don't want to say request because she doesn't know I'm playing it, nor does, I don't even know if she's watching, but whatever. But that's big, I guess, band that she's kind of into right now, my little significant person. So, needless to say, good way to start the show. Wanted to do something that kind of touches upon some of the other ways that we can tell what some of our blockages are, right? Some of the things that can really help us kind of speed up our manifestations. There's always, it's from within. Agnes and I are pretty unanimous on this whole thing. I know there's this us pushed out thing. I know there's this week, Esther Hicks talks about how you can kind of imagine, I think Goddard too, imagine good things for other people and thusly affect them. But that's vastly different than asking somebody to change, or someone that needs to do something differently, or putting the onus on somebody else. When in reality, we are the ones that either have some sort of self-love issue possibly, or some sort of negativity in our hearts, our minds, our whatever, some sort of way we got hurt, and thusly it's come back, and this is like some sort of little tender spot that we get defensive on. A lot of these things can actually hinder us when we're trying to get back with our significant others, or with our significant others. Again, some of these I think maybe tie more into people that have either gone through breakups or really didn't really get a real solid thing going. Maybe we're more on the friend side, whatever the case is. If it applies to you, it applies to you. If not, it's just kind of good information in general to kind of pay attention to and see if you can figure it out. But the concept of how easy is it for you to give the benefit of the doubt to the person you love? And really this applies to friendships, relationships, and everything else. This is a great indicator as to what sort of blockages might exist. Am I able to just go, yeah, they were probably late, they were probably busy with work, that's why they didn't text me back, or they're probably busy running around with their kid, or they're probably busy, shopping. I know sometimes it's the time of day that they go shopping, or or of course they're just going out with their friends. Right? Of course, she wouldn't cheat on me when she's going out with her friends or whatever. There's always those times where some of us might go, she's going out with her friends. I wonder what they're going to do. They're probably going to get together. They're probably going to hit on people. They're probably going to go home with someone. Right? Like, we spin our minds down this path that most likely is not even close to correct. In fact, if it was the horrible things that we're thinking they're capable of doing, I don't think we'd probably like them if they were actually doing those things, like if that was who they were. Now, if it's an issue of a breakup and you're getting back together, again, this is a good way to tell that you've still got some anger, you've still got some resentment. How quickly are we able to do that? Again, they're out and about. Maybe they're going out with who knows? They're out and about. They're doing things. Your significant person, whatever the case is. Maybe they said, I'm going shopping, running a bunch of errands. I'll be a little home later today, blah, blah, blah. All right. And end of the day, you're, being kind of how we are sometimes, maybe even borderline needy, right? I've done a show on that recently, how you can tell. But maybe you shoot them a text message, right? And, the reaction to them, maybe they're driving and they're like, I get a text message. I get a little thing. It shows up on my screen. It's really cool. I'm like, that noise was a text message. Wonderful. Yeah, I'm not going to really look at it right now. If I get to a light where I can, I might look at it. Sometimes maybe I will. Like, I'll glance at it and be like, okay, that's who texted, whether I need to deal with it or not, if it's important or not. If it's obviously super important, I'm going to get off the road and, deal with it. But most of the time when it comes to text messages, we really shouldn't be texting while driving. If we are, it's not dangerous, it's not healthy or safe. But again, maybe something was occurring at the time. But were we quick to jump and say, they're probably with so-and-so, or they're probably talking to such and such, or they just don't want to talk to me. They don't like me. They don't care about me anymore. Where are we at when it comes to assuming the best for our significant person? I mean, if we have trust issues, we need to iron those out. We need to do self-love. We need to do forgiveness. We need to maybe forgive them if they've hurt us in the past. If we're having issues with anger, well, we've got to forgive them for sure, or forgive ourselves depending on who we're angry at. But you can't be in any sort of healthy relationship with anybody if they start talking and they're like, well, anyway, so the other day, and you're like, ah, that doesn't, that doesn't work. You can't just do that. That wears thin so quickly. And in fact, if you're so super uber crazy about somebody, just crazy in love with them, like my special person, I am crazy in love with her. And if all she did was yell at me every time we ever talked, it wouldn't last long. Even for me, I'd be like, this is ridiculous. I can't do this. It takes up too much energy. It's not healthy. So, self-assessment, really important because all of this is happening from us. If we're having trust issues, if we're having doubt, if we're having, and I don't mean doubt and like, should we be together? That's probably healthy doubt in all reality. But if we're having doubt as to whether they're being honest with us, maybe they lied to us in the past and we caught them in a lie and now all of a sudden it's really hard for us to trust them. Again, indications that we quickly can derail ourselves when they go into these situations. They go out again, we shoot a text message, they don't respond back, boom, our mind goes to work, instantly starts accusing them of everything under the sun, even things they probably would never do, but we'll still throw that into the mix because we're so spiraling down the drain, it doesn't matter. So these are some good things I'm hoping that you can kind of pay attention to, see if you're doing. Self-assess, like I said. Then you can get into affirmations. You can get into forgiveness. There's meditations for all these things. Whatever the issue is, trying to identify these things and getting this resolved gets you to your destination faster. Dragging your feet on any of these things will slow you down, guaranteed. Guaranteed. And if not, if you don't work on these things and you end up back together again, you're going to have a flare-up of old things possibly, or something weird's going to come up from the past and possibly cause you to have to separate and force you to think about it. So maybe it's not a breakup. Let's throw this scenario out there. It's not a breakup, but you've got this weird issue from your last relationship that you still haven't totally healed, right? And you keep superimposing this on her. So you guys finally get together, or you and him finally get together, and you have some conversation, 3 weeks into it, and you kind of blow up, and you accuse them of cheating on you, and they're just like, what? No, this is ridiculous. And you kind of get defensive, and then eventually they're just like, you know what? This is not working. This is not cool. This whole thing of you accusing me of cheating is ridiculous. I'm not cheating. I don't care. You can look at my phone. I don't care. But this is not working. I need somebody that can trust me. And then forces you on your merry way. Well, now you have to deal with it. Now it's been thrown back in your face, and here you are kind of starting off as an ex almost now because you didn't resolve this beforehand. So again, if you can find these things, look at them, pay attention to them, and resolve them. It makes a huge difference in getting you to your direction. Sometimes we're like, I don't know what to do, especially when we're doing the let go thing, when we're letting go. If you're at that week mark, that is a great time to be working on yourself, working on forgiveness, working on whatever the case is. So hopefully these things kind of help get us kind of back in line, get that wheel turning, get that momentum up, and get us onto our manifestation of being with that specific person or manifesting money or a job or whatever the case is. All of these rules really apply. It's just relationships seem to be the more challenging of them. Money, I think, was probably typically next for a lot of people. I can hear one of the comments already for someone that's very good at manifesting money. So that's fantastic. So some of us have our talents. Some of us maybe aren't as strong at other things. Again, it's just kind of really what is emotionally important to you, or emotionally what you might emotionally have blockages to. I guess it's probably better how to figure out that. So again, benefit of the doubt. If you can jump straight to those, then you are in a much, much better place. It's Dan RadioStyle. We're going out with a song by the band Everything, which you might not recognize. I didn't. But I'll guarantee you probably have heard the song before. Here's Hooch.
The evening turns to night, and the fire and moonlight, the dance of all who came before, yeah. Who got the hooch?